It was a cold February evening in 2004 when 21-year-old Maura Murray vanished without a trace. A nursing student with a promising future, Maura's disappearance has baffled investigators, captivated true crime enthusiasts, and left her family searching for answers for nearly 2 decades. What really happened to Maura Murray? Was it a tragic accident, a carefully planned escape, or something far more sinister? Maura grew up in Hampshire, Massachusetts, the fourth of 5 siblings in a close-knit family. A star athlete in high school, she excelled in academics and sports, eventually enrolling at the University of Massachusetts Amherst as a nursing student. But beneath the surface, Maura's life was far from perfect. In the months leading up to her disappearance, Maura faced several personal challenges. She was caught using a stolen credit card, a decision uncharacteristic of the bright, determined young woman her loved ones knew. This incident, combined with the academic stress and relationship struggles, painted a picture of someone quietly battling internal conflicts. February 9, 2004, began like any other day for Maura, except for one critical detail. She emailed her professors claiming a family emergency would keep her from class that week. However, no such emergency existed. Instead, Maura packed her belongings, withdrew $280 from an ATM, and drove north toward New Hampshire. What was she running from, or to? That evening, Maura's car, a black Saturn sedan, skidded off a rural road in Woodsville, New Hampshire. A local resident heard the crash and called 911 at approximately 7:30 p.m. When police arrived just 10 minutes later, Maura was gone. Her car was locked and her belongings, including a packed bag of personal items, were left behind. The crash scene itself raised more questions than answers. The car's windshield was cracked and the airbags had deployed, suggesting a significant impact. Yet there were no footprints in the snow leading away from the vehicle, no sign of struggle, and no blood or evidence indicating an injury. It was as if Maura had simply vanished into thin air. Local authorities began an immediate search, scouring the surrounding area for any sign of Maura. Police dogs tracked her scent about 100 yards down the road before it abruptly disappeared. This led investigators to theorize that Maura may have been picked up by a passing car. But by whom? Friends and family quickly became involved in the search, but even they were left with more questions than answers. Maura's father, Fred Murray, was adamant that his daughter didn't simply wander off. He has tirelessly pushed for answers, often criticizing law enforcement for what he describes as a lackluster investigation in those crucial early days. As the days turned into weeks, the investigation revealed some unsettling clues. Police discovered that Maura had printed MapQuest directions to several locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. These printouts, along with the packed belongings in her car, suggested she had been planning a trip. But why would she leave without telling anyone? And where was she going? Speculation began to run wild. Some believed Maura had staged her disappearance to start a new life, perhaps escaping the pressures she had been facing. Others were convinced she had fallen victim to foul play, possibly encountering a dangerous stranger on the dark, icy road. With no confirmed sightings or substantial evidence, theories were all anyone had to cling to. As the investigation unfolded, a troubling detail surfaced. Maura had made several unusual calls on the day of her disappearance. One of these calls was to a rental property in New Hampshire, near where her car was found. It appeared she was inquiring about lodging for a getaway, but why she chose this specific area remains unclear. Did she have plans to meet someone there? Adding to the mystery, witnesses at the crash site reported seeing a young woman matching Maura's description standing by her car. A local bus driver who stopped to check if she needed help claimed she declined assistance and seemed uninjured, but shaken. This was the last confirmed sighting of Maura Murray. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged to explain Maura's disappearance. One of the most prevalent is that she succumbed to the harsh winter conditions after wandering into the woods. However, extensive searches of the surrounding area turned up no evidence of her body or belongings, making this theory less likely. Another popular theory suggests Maura was abducted. The abrupt disappearance of her scent at the road's edge has fueled speculation that she may have been picked up by a passing motorist. Could this person have had malicious intentions? Or was it simply someone who unwittingly drove her further into mystery? Some believe Maura's disappearance was intentional, that she wanted to leave her life behind. The packed belongings in her car and her pre-trip planning suggest she may have been preparing for a fresh start. But if that's the case, why would she leave without telling anyone, especially her family? And how has she remained hidden for so long? A smaller, more controversial group of theorists speculate that Maura met with foul play from someone she knew. Could a friend or acquaintance have been involved? Investigators have never ruled out this possibility, though no substantial evidence has pointed to a suspect. In the years following her disappearance, Maura's case has become a symbol of modern mystery. Online communities and amateur sleuths have dissected every detail of the case, often uncovering new clues or inconsistencies. Some of these theories have even reignited media interest and pushed law enforcement to revisit certain aspects of the investigation. Despite these efforts, Maura Murray's disappearance remains unsolved. In 2021, on the 17th anniversary of the case, authorities conducted a fresh search in the area surrounding the crash site. This yielded no new evidence, but it served as a stark reminder that Maura's case is far from forgotten. For Maura's family, the search for answers continues. Her father, Fred Murray, remains her strongest advocate, tirelessly fighting to keep her story alive. He has spoken about the pain of not knowing and the enduring hope that one day Maura will be found, or at least the truth. The disappearance of Maura Murray is a case that defies explanation, a chilling reminder of how someone can vanish without a trace, leaving only questions behind. What happened to Maura that night? Was it a tragic accident, a desperate escape, or something more sinister? Perhaps the answer lies buried in the snowy woods of New Hampshire, waiting to be uncovered. And now, we turn to you. What do you think happened to Maura Murray? Share your theories in the comments below and let us know if there's another case you'd like us to cover.